Hey pals, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Demonology Warlock. Now, this is probably not a video you would really expect from me because I usually play the Rogue, but in this expansion, I'm actually playing a lot more classes and I'm uploading a lot more class content onto YouTube. So if you guys are excited about that, please subscribe to the channel and drop something in the comments like, "Hey man, love your carrot," or like whatever you want to say, don't be weird though. Anyways, basically, Warlocks are really strong right now in Dragonlands, and I'm going to be showing you guys some crazy tech. What I'll do really quick is I'm going to just go over my spec. People always want to know the spec, so what I'll do is I'll leave an import or an export, whatever you want to call it. I'll put that in the comment section. I'll pin a comment for you guys so you guys can get the tech. This is the spec that I'm playing. Now, by no means is my spec perfect. I've gone over it a couple times, and I think this is what I'm happy with. If you guys want to copy this, I'm not really going to go in depth. Basically, what we're doing is we're playing a build that's well-rounded in arena that also does a lot of burst damage in certain windows. It's pretty consistent, okay? It's not pure one shot, it's not pure cheese, it's not pure anything, all right? It's just a very well-rounded, consistent build for Demo Lock and Arena, and this is what we're playing. All right, so first thing we'll do is let's talk about the actual way that Demo Warlocks do damage, so you know what to do here. Demo is a very unique class. It's not like any other class that I've ever played. It's very, very weird. Basically, you don't do any damage at all, but your jimmies, also known as, your imps, fell lord, nether boys, whatever the hell you want to say, your jimmies do all the damage. They do about 99% of your damage. So the way you play this spec is not actually by running at people and casting spells at them that do damage. It's by actually just spam summoning jimmies, and your jimmies will just run at people. I can't stress this enough. You need to start to learn the playstyle of letting your pets do damage, and you need to play around a good position and good uptime on summoning. It's really weird, but once you get that down, you'll start doing a lot of damage in arena. All right, guys, so let me actually break down this rotation and kind of show it to you. Something I do want to mention, Demo Warlocks have a lot of stuns, a lot of CC, a lot of disorient effects. You have Mortal Coil, you have your Axe Toss, you have your Grimoire, which if you don't know, when you summon this on somebody, it also is another Axe Toss. You have Fear Cast, of course, and I think that's it, other than like curses where you can slow people's cast time, and you can use you can slow their move speed, stuff like that. Oh, sorry, Shadow Fury as well. So yeah, we have Axe Toss number 2. We have Shadow Fury, Coil, Fear, and we have slows. So Demo Warlocks have a lot of way to set up their damage. There isn't going to be a cookie cutter perfect way to do this, but I can give you guys like a little bit of a recommendation. So what I would say is it's very optimal to set up summoning your nether portal and your tyrant cast. These are basically the two only things you really need to cast. It's really optimal to set these up with your CC. So what I mean by that is you could do something like run at your target, coil them, cast nether portal, and then while you're casting, you can actually axe toss, and then immediately start casting a tyrant, and then maybe cast like a hand of Gul'dan, and then Grimoire to restun off that. You want to use your CC to set up your own casting. Now, if you don't have the CC available, or somebody is just going to trinket out of it, you can also just run behind a pillar and cast Nether Portal and Tyrant behind a pillar, and no one can stop you. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is really getting uptime on all your pets and making sure that your pets are going to attack the target. Alright, so things to mention before I show you this. I would put your pet's Fellstorm on passive. One of the biggest sources of damage is actually Demonic Strength, which is this talent right here. It's going to make your pet do a massive Blade Storm. If you have this automatically casting, it can actually delay your animation. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to cancel this, so definitely put Fellstorm not on an auto cast. You want to manually use that ability. Other things to mention is before you do the burst, you want to have a couple shards. Obviously, just for summoning, your nether portal is going to cost 1. I'm playing this talent right here, so when I use my tyrant, I actually generate 3 shards, but if you don't have this, you probably want to have a lot more shards. And then I can kind of just explain the rotation from here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to summon your nether portal. What this will do is after 15 seconds, it will summon a Pit Lord. Pit Lord is one of your biggest sources of damage, and it will last for 10 seconds. The Pit Lord's damage is basically scaled off of how many demons you summon during the nether portal's like summoning phase, the 15 seconds after you open it. So what I would say, the best way to look at this is you want to press nether portal, and then as soon as you do that, you want to summon as many demons as possible. So that's going to be your tyrant, that's going to be your dreadstalkers, that's going to be your grimoire for another felguard, but you also could save this for a better use. And then other than that, it's basically wild imps. So every time you use Hand of Gul'dan and you consume soul shards, you're basically calling forward wild imps. It does have a cap of 20, so you don't need to go too extreme with like random builds where you're playing like Vile Fiend and Vile Scourge Bombers and like all this stuff. It does have a cap of 20 pets, so you don't need to go too crazy. But the goal here, the big thing to do the Giga Chad damage, is when everything's about to be ramped up, about 5 seconds before your Pit Lord comes out, you're going to want to use your PvP talent, Fell Obelisk. And this is going to make all of your pets have basically bloodlust and yourself. So what this means is if you use it 5 seconds before your Pit Lord comes out, all of your pets will gain the benefits for 5 seconds, and then the Pit Lord will have 100% uptime of Obelisk the whole time he is out for the next 10 seconds, and all of your pets will do unhealable damage. This would be a good time where you could literally just spam fear on people, or you could just be casting more Hand of Gul'dans and Shadow Bolts. Basic filler rotation stuff, guys. You want to make sure you apply Doom on targets. You're not going to reapply this. You press Doom and you let it fall and it just generates soul shards. Doom's not going to really do much damage. It's kind of just there to build shards. And then other than that, you're really just like using Soul Strike off CD, and you're kind of casting fear and casting curses. Like I said, very unique class, but that's how it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys what this rotation actually looks like now. I'm going to cast one Shadow Bolt, just get a couple shards here. But yeah, this is what it will look like. What I'll do for example purposes is I'll kind of use some CC. So I told him to just fully try to heal through my damage. Doesn't really matter if I kill him or not. I'm just kind of showing you guys the rotation. So you could walk up, coil, Nether Portal, and then instantly go into a Tyrant and Axe Toss. Call out your dogs off that, Soul Strike once, put up a Doom, maybe an Amped Curse of Tongues, and then you can start spamming Hand of Gul'dans. And now around this time, you're going to press Fell Obelisk because your Pit Lord's about to come out. And the second your Pit Lord's going to charge in there, you're going to use Demonic Strength and start Blade Storming. And so much damage is going to start happening on the target that it's almost unhealable. You want to call your pets back out as soon as you can off CD. So I called the Dreadstalkers back out there. And as you can see, even through Ironbark, even through Barkskin, even through all this healing, I didn't even use Grimoire here. And my boys did a lot of damage. My Pit Lord, in a 10-second window, did 200k damage single target to a player. My Dreadstalkers did this much. My one Blade Storm cast that my pet did 120k damage. This one's quite an overwhelming rotation. I understand there's a lot of buttons going on. So what I can do is I can actually break this down in slow motion for you guys so you guys get a better idea of what's going on. Alright guys, so in slow motion we're going to coil into a Nether Portal. As soon as that's finishing, Axe Toss into a Tyrant. Then we're going to call it our Dreadstalkers right away and press Soul Strike. After this, you can kind of just put up Doom, put up an Amplified Curse. This would be the window also where you would use your Grimoire if you kind of want to all in. And then in this small window here, when you're waiting for your Pit Lord, you're just using Hand of Gul'dan and Shadow Bolts just to get more shards and get more imps out. You're going to call your Obelisk right before the Pit Lord comes out and just continue doing this. As soon as your pets are all out, you don't really have to do much. You can kind of just Demon Bolt Hand of Gul'dan and everything will die. Anyways, pals, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all you for spending your time watching my videos. If you guys want, I live stream basically every single day over at twitch.tv/Palumor. I would say at this point in my life, I'm primarily a streamer more than a YouTuber, but of course, I still try to make YouTube content for the boys. If you guys do want to come check out my stream, I greatly appreciate that and say what's up. Also, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below or ask me on my stream, of course. Please do me a solid, like the video if you enjoyed, and drop a subscribe. That way you guys can be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much again for watching. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.